All right, when we're taking the nadi, let's say you're taking a nadi for someone else. If the hand is straight, that's kind of normal. But if it's taut like this, now the nadis and the arteries are now stretched, and this is not going to give correct reading. If the arm is stretched out like this, it is not going to give a correct reading. If you have like a bulky thing under your arm, that's not going to give a correct reading, right? So the forearm should be nicely, it should not be straight, it should be bent, but not in a 90 degrees angle, more like a 30 degree, okay? Yes, that was for another person. So that was me teaching them how to do it, and I'm the one who took that picture. So that is one. So I think what I want you to do is check the nadi for another person, and all I want you to do is check the position, especially for those people who are not coming for the July workshop. So if you look at the Yoga Ratnakar, which is the text that describes nadi, the word it uses is Angushta Mula. Angushta means thumb, and root. So what is the root of the thumb? It's right here. So Angushta Mula. And if you see my pictures, I'll show you my pictures taking nadi. You'll see that my hand is gently making sure that, if a person's arm is hanging like this, you have to make sure it's kind of nice and supported. So when you take someone else's nadi, it should not be like this. You should gently bring it up so you're getting a good reading. Yeah? So I want to see a picture of everybody do that. Try on someone, because positioning is everything. Positioning is everything. Has anyone been taking nadi? Yeah? So maybe, Antonia, you can come another day and we can make a video for everybody else. Like, she was here the other day and I did take her nadi, but not properly. This time, yes, and we'll make a video for everybody so that, or I'll have you take Atul's nadi or my son's nadi and I'll make a video so everybody can see exactly, and I'm correcting you. Yeah? Okay. All right, perfect. Plus, I posted a couple of homeworks. One was Panchavida. God, that is homework for the practitioner. Sorry, we have 4 groups running right now, and there's a lot of groups. No, your homework was I posted it yesterday in the. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'm no hurry. Like, there is no hurry. Just letting you know that you know it. Okay. So one quick thing, you do need to do a couple of case studies for Ayurveda and the mind. So do you have anybody that you could do, like someone who is depressed or has insomnia? Anyone? Yes. Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about, Johnny. Even if it's someone, yes, yeah. Yeah, even if it's yourself, do not say it's for me. Just pretend you're another person, and then that's how you submit it. And what I really want to see is, I want you to find out, of course, the dosha, which is unbalanced, and I want you to look at whether sattva, tamas, rajas is high. What I want you to focus is, what are the causative factors? So one case study that you will all present, it can just one, because like you did that one case study for the doshas. Now this is one case study. Has anybody not presented a case study for doshas? Unfortunately for the mind, there is no, use the same form, the prakriti vikriti form, that remains the same. And then, ask them questions about let me just open let's see. You did a lot of mantras today. For example, you could do you tend to suffer from, and have a scale. And if you have a scale, people will answer. If you ask someone, hey, do you have anxiety? They're not even going to tell you. But if you have a measurable thing, with the 1 being lowest and 5 being highest. You can do any scale. You can do anxiety, worry, fatigue. This is all part of Ayurveda and the mind. Insomnia, anger, depression, sadness. So you can make a list. And you could even ask for ladies, especially in the time PMS, is it high? And if it's a woman in menopause or perimenopause, use that women support form from Tradishas, you know? Like, what are the symptoms you're having? So this is all you need to do. I don't want to know what they're eating or whatever. I just want to know this. It's not like a complete client encounter like you did in the beginning. It's just, I don't even care if you do their Agni, just their Prakriti, Vikriti, whether they're in Sattva, Tamas, or Rajas. That's it. Causative factors. Why? What they're eating, unless they're eating something that's particularly, I don't even care. What they're eating, we don't care at this point. And the aim and objective is we've given you a couple of herbs today, and of course, everybody's understood, so they didn't have any questions. These are Brahmi, Shankapushpi, and Bringaraj, which is usually given for hair fall, or liver. So Pitta, anger, and Sadak Pitta. Ashwagandha. And am I missing anything? Tulsi. Yeah, these are some. Am I missing anything? Do you remember? The ones that you learned today? These are the 4 you learned today? Brahmi, Shankapushpi, Bringaraj, Ashwagandha, Tulsi. Oh, licorice also, Yashti Madhu. Yes. You didn't learn it today? Did Atul not go through that one slide? There was one slide in the Vishada, the last slide of Vishada. You did not do the last slide of Vishada. You want me to go over it very quickly? Okay. All right. I shall quickly. All right. Can you see this? Oh, what is Shankapushpi? But if you go and look for Shankapushpi, Shanka literally means conch shell. So the flowers are, you know, those, people will say it looks like butterfly or pea flower, and it's not. It looks like it. It's, you know, they're called pea. It's butterfly pea something. They're either white in color or blue in color. So it's called Shankha. Shankha means conch shell. So the flowers are shaped like conch shell, and Pushpa literally means flowers. Shankapushpi is one of the strongest ones here. You do want to be careful. When you hear the word Medhya, it means it is good for the mind. Medhya means intelligence. It actually activates intelligence. It actually supports intelligence. It supports memory loss. Remember, all of these herbs also have other, like Shatavari is a precursor to estrogen. And if a woman has amenorrhea, she hasn't had periods in 3 months or 4 months or whatever. I just had someone come in like 2 weeks ago, and I gave her a bunch of Shatavari and asked her to buy more Shatavari. So she was losing weight. She wasn't getting her periods, and she was losing weight. And she hadn't had a period in 3 months. I gave her Shatavari, and already her energy's up. And I've told her as soon as she gets her period, let me know, because it's a precursor to estrogen. So which is why, if you think which is why postpartum, the hormones basically take a dip. So Shatavari will give that energy to woman. Tulasi, Tulasi is in holy basil. There's many varieties of holy basil. There's Krishna Tulasi, there's Rama Tulasi. Tulasi does grow here in US. You can also grow it in cold places. You just need a way to maybe have a greenhouse or something. Without a greenhouse, I don't think it's possible to grow Tulasi. I just bought my first neem tree, and I'm going to be posting a lot of stuff on Instagram. I've gone crazy gardening here. I actually put Gotukula in the ground day before yesterday, and that's Brahmi, and it's already spread in one night. I'm so excited. I'm taking lots of pictures. They're all going to go on Instagram. Anyway, Tulasi is a fantastic. It clears the pranavaha srotases, so it also works as a bronchodilator. For me, I think I gave you the example before. I was diagnosed as exercise-induced asthma. This is just after I had my baby and I gained lots of weight, and I was wheezing if my heart rate went above like 110. And they said, well, we want to put you in steroids. And I said, well, thank you very much, but no. And so I put myself on Vasa, Baca, Vasa, Tulasi and Ashwagandha, and in 2 years, it's gone. It's finished. No, actually, now it's 3 years. But in the mind, Tulasi promotes sattva. So it promotes peace. Another thing that we haven't written is ghee promotes sattva. So, but not everybody will eat ghee. So ghee is actually papanashana, meaning it gets rid of negative. You know how you use sage to clear energy? So growing tulasi in your house will clear its energy, and growing tulasi, having tulasi will, you want to speak the truth, you will be sattvic, and it also leads to a more peaceful mind. Yeah, and if you have a wound, mix tulasi leaves with turmeric, and after you've put an antiseptic on it or whatever, once it stopped bleeding and it's coagulated and everything, and there's a scar, on that scar you can put tulasi and turmeric, and the scar will, it'll heal very, very quickly. You don't want to put it in open wounds, obviously. And it basically clears the pranavaha srotases. It acts as a bronchodilator. So and the same thing, ashwagandha does the same thing. So between ashwagandha and tulasi, they actually can be given to someone. We had a student, she did have asthma, and actually taking tulasi and ashwagandha every single day, it's really, 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 really helped her. Clears prana. It's great for the pranavaha srotases. And tulasi tea is best way to take is in a tea form. You can also eat leaves, but tea form is best. Yashti madhu is just nothing but licorice. Here you find licorices and that licorice stick, the candy. But when we are asking you to take licorice, it should not be taken as a candy. It should be taken. So Yashti madhu, it's actually, you can get stems of Yashti madhu in Indian store, except, it's hard to, they have different, 14 languages in India, it's always has a different language, but if you open it, you can smell it. It smells like licorice. It's basically, it has many, many uses. It is a yogavahi and increases the efficacy of other herbs, but it is a mental tonic and gives sleep support. So does Brahmi and so does Bringaraj. So Brahmi, Yashti madhu, they're both cooling. So if you have a pitta person who's angry and who has anxiety and who cannot sleep, so Yashti madhu and Brahmi combination is perfect, because cooling, tulsi heating, shatavari cooling. Let me write that down very quickly, because that'll help you determine cooling. Now, for example, if you have a kapha person, now I'm wearing this because I have lots of Brahmi oil on my head, because I have some allergies going on, the Austin allergies, and Brahmi helps me with that. But I'm a kapha. Why am I wearing Brahmi? Because I'm wearing it in an oil topically, but not internally. It'll cool me down too much. Ashwagandha is heating. I don't really want you to get into Shankapushpi because it's a lot. It's a more, I would say, Shankapushpi, because there are positive drug interactions, especially if you have people who are on, SSRIs or tricyclics or, antipsychotic drugs or whatever. You don't really want to, or they're even on melatonin or any sleep-inducing drugs. So since there have been interaction, and Shankapushpi smells like anesthesia. I mean, like, So So I want you to stay away from Shankapushpi for now, but when you do the herb Ayurveda and the herbs, we'll visit Shankapushpi again. So Brahmi, Ashwagandha, heating, Yashtimadu, cooling, Tulsi, heating. So obviously heating is great for Vata and Shatavari, cooling. Very cooling. It's very cooling. And this tells you what dosha you could give it for. You could also do a little research on those things. And of course, I want to add Bringaraj to this. Now, Bringaraj is actually given for hair fall, but it's best for insomnia, liver. So, and it is cooling. So, Pitta. So if you have a Pitta person, they have hair fall, insomnia, they have anger, they have headaches, they have depression. Bringaraj, Brahmi, and Shatavari, Brahmi, Bringaraj, Yashti Madhu, Shatavari. If you have a Kapha person, give Tulsi. If you have a Kapha, so this is Kapha Vata. This is Kapha Vata. This is Vata Pitta. This is mostly Pitta, Vata with heating substance or with sesame oil topically. And the applications are, you have Brahmi oil, Ashwagandha oil, you have Tulsi tea, Shatavari internally. You also have oil and Shatavari from Brahmi internally, Bringaraj oil. So one of the things for depression or any kind of mental disorders is the applications are oil formats, topical formats, and internally. So you can, like I said, I don't want you to do Shankapushpi right now, and we will be visiting it. Focus on Brahmi, Ashwagandha, Yashti Madhu, Tulsi, Shatavari, and Bringaraj. Okay? And you want to start a discussion on these 4 or 5 herbs for the mind in the forum discussions. So if you do have a client, I will want you to ask me in the forums, I have this client and this is their issue. Should I give A, B, C, D, or E? And I'll help you with that. And then eventually, you can present your case study in the forum itself or here in class. Perfect. I've saved this for you. Shankapushpi is a very complicated. I don't want to get into it only because it's one of the strongest herbs. Like it's given for, there is in Ayurveda, the epilepsy is called apasmara. So it changes the brain chemistry and it is a powerful herb. And this actually presentation used to be for Ayurvedic practitioner students. This is why, Shankapushpi is out of the scope of counselor students. I don't want to give it right now, but I promise you we will discuss it in when you do AC 109, which is Ayurveda and the herbs. The book that, if you don't have it, that's fine, but you can also find it online that we use if you want to start getting into herbs now is, what is the book for you guys? Yeah, it's Sebastian Pole. Traditional Ayurvedic herbs. Let me show it on you, Amazon. Okay, let me just share quickly. This is the book. Unfortunately, it's very, very expensive. I don't even see anybody, and the only thing is, once you invest in something like that, what about, they don't even have unfortunately, okay. Yep. 56 is don't get hardcover. It is hardcover. I think it's worth it. Used from 56 doesn't even make sense. The reason why I think it's worth it is simply because, it's like you could always go back to it. And the reason I like it is, for example, let's say today we are discussing, we are not going to do every single herb listed here. But let's say we are looking at, let's say we start Brahmi. So you go to page 149, Brahmi. I think the first one is Ashwagandha. if it actually has ashwagandha. Here you have haritaki. So basically the reason I like it is it has energetics, rasavirya vipaka guna dosha dhatu srota. It means what is the taste, whether it's heating or cooling, and what dosha is it good for, and what channels. And we haven't gone into dhatu srotas yet. So whenever you see srotas which says nervous system, or you see manovaha srota, the mind, then it's good for it's a rejuvenative for the mind. Now, haritaki is the best herb for vata. And even though technically it is not affecting the nervous system, but because it is balancing vata, by indirect effect, it is helping the nervous system. So haritaki is actually another thing you could use. And yeah, but it's not directly affected to. So that is the only reason I like it. And there's contraindications. You know, so if you're new, hemp seed, hingu, jatamamsi, that is another herb for the mind, by the way. Again, that is something for practitioner student and counselor students who are in AC 109. I do not, jatamamsi is another, oh, yeah. And Anna, I know what you're thinking. You think this is great for the heart. For palpitations, but it is not to be used by itself. There are other things, yeah, you want to use it with. That is, you know, so Ayurveda, you will see, if you go online, all the herbs says this is good for A, B, C, D, but it doesn't tell you that you're not supposed to use it by itself. You're supposed to use it with something, with an anupana, with another herbs for, you know, for it to not have an effect. Now, usually when it's good for the heart is when you have, you know, hypertension, or you have palpitations, or your heart is beating too fast. So that's when jatamamsi is given, and it's given with Arjuna, it is given with other herbs, and it's given with things that cool you down and bring your heart rate down, basically. But this is something we do in AC 108, again, not for Ayurveda and the mind, because right now we are just introducing you to the concept of herbs for your client, basically. Kalamegha, Kanchanara. I'm just thinking if I can find Krishna Jiraka, Kushta, skin, Kutki, liver, lemon, you know. Oh, Yashti Madhu. This is licorice, Yashti Madhu. See, another common name, Sanskrit name. Sweet, cooling, heavy. It will increase kapha in excess. So I would just say go for Vata Pitta. It's great for, so it's Vrishya, Shukrala, Jivaniya, Rasayana, Chakshushya, Varanapana, Kantya, Medhya. So whenever you hear the word Medhya, actually you don't even need to, I don't know how many books. M-E-D-H-Y-A. Medhya means that you need to, it is good for the mind and it increases intelligence. But not, cannot be given to a kapha person who's overweight, but can be given to a kapha person with a little bit of honey when their throat is bad, but you also want to mix a lot of heating herbs with it because it's too cooling, right? So see how digestion, lungs, kidneys, and nerves. So this book, I think it's a good book. I think it's worth the money. I keep on buying, you know, when I buy books, I have to, of course, since I run a college, I have to get all the versions, and I have the old version, and I've had it for 10 years. I even have my a video posted giving a review of that book somewhere. But yeah, I think it's an awesome book. It's worth getting it. Yeah. So if you really want to get into herbs, you need to have, and of course for practitioner students, we have the Materia Medica of Ayurvedic medicine from India, which is a 600-700, no, actually it's a 1,000 page book. And that's the reference that I go to. But in the beginning, I think this book would be good. I think it's worth it. And it's easily available in Canada. And yeah, definitely, because the guy who wrote it is in Europe. So Henry, if I don't know, is Henry there? Yeah, he's just, you know, his name is Sebastian Pole. He lives in Bath in England. And he owns this Pakka Herbs. And what really he has done is he's interviewed many, many Ayurvedic Vaidyas. And he has compiled this almost... oh, you have it! Oh, amazing. So this is, yeah, it's fantastic. So if you, when you're digested that book, I will tell you to buy Bhagavan Das's, Vaidya Bhagavan Das's Materia Medica of Ayurvedic Medicine. That's a 1,000-page book. That is our practitioner students get those. Even though I don't ask them to, that's the one I use, that's my reference. But because I use it, they have to get it. It's all pittas who join the practitioner, right? Yes, so that's a fantastic book. Another place that you will see a lot of good information about herbs is Textbook of Ayurveda Part 3. So till now, I don't even care if you have a book or not. I didn't care. But if you're going to get into doing client encounters and suggesting herbs for them, so right now we're only focusing on 4 or 5 herbs for the mind, and they're all made there. Word is made there. So ask me questions about these herbs on the forums, please. Okay? And yes, I had lots of fun at NAMA conference. I took lots of pictures, and you can see them on my Instagram. All right. Well, we'll see you next week, and hopefully you'll put the homework up there. Henry, maybe you can make a video of doing taking the pulse nadi for someone else. Yeah, you guys could do that. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.